That's the same room, right?
Same room. Yeah.
Can you record like from that desk from now on, or no?
Yeah, I probably could. So here's the thing. So come, I want to say like May or June, they're doing renovation. So every showroom in here is going to get like, demolished. So I don't know where I'm going to film, but I'll have to find a spot.
Do it in the warehouse.
I can do it there. It just looked really messy.
Yeah, I remember
Yes, you were an employee here. I
when I used to work there.
Yeah, you always got in trouble, Brian. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Ernie used to work where I'm currently working now.
You work at Skechers, hence the vest.
Yes. By Skechers.
Kevin is
this
the
podcast is brought to you by Skechers.
Yes, we are using Skechers internet. So thank you for fixing your internet. That's why we couldn't do the show last week.
Yep.
Because the internet was down.
Yep.
But it seems to be all fine now because you hardwired.
Yes, I use that blue cord that you usually plug into a telephone or something.
You blue corded the internet. That's good.
Blue corded it. Speaking of internet, everyone who has Rogers or Fido cannot use their phone right now, me included.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was calling you today, and then it didn't even ring.
Yeah.
Like no voicemail, nothing. It was just I'm like, is this? Because I'm with Telus. I'm like, is it Telus down too?
Yeah, I tried to make a phone call and it wouldn't go through. I was like, oh shit, did I forget to pay my bill or something like that? Or
yeah, and then I called you like 3 times. So on my phone it says I called you 3 times, and then I'm like, hopefully it's not going through, because then he'll see it and then he'll be like, how dare you?
It must be an emergency. Well, I wouldn't think it's an emergency unless you left a voicemail.
How dare you leave 3 missed calls?
How's it feel? How does it feel?
No, it's you. How does it feel for you? You should see it and see 2 missed calls.
Yeah, I didn't
see the voicemail. Yeah, and then you'll be like, whoa.
They're not even registering. I guess once it's back up, I'll have a whole bunch of missed calls from you, and then I'll think, oh my gosh, I should call them.
I was scared. I was like, oh my god, are we not gonna record again this week?
No, we can't. We got to.
Yeah, we got to go. We have 20 loyal listeners who are looking for or waiting for our takes on stuff,
our guidance, our wise
words. They want. Yeah, they're lost. They're lost out there. Especially if you live in Ontario. I think 18 of the 20 live in Ontario, and they are like, "What's happening? We are locked down again. The cops can talk to us, and it's all crazy here, Kevin."
So apparently that's just BS. They, from what I saw, like most like Peel, and I think York posted something like, "Oh, we're not going to be doing random stops and things like that." But who knows?
Who knows? But I was scared because I was out that day, and I saw people were talking about it in our group chat.
Yeah,
and they're saying, "Oh, the cops can question you and ask you for your address and stuff." And I was in Mississauga, and I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta go home. I gotta go home right now. I need excuses. What am I out? Why am I out?"
But like not this lockdown, but the previous lockdown, I'd asked one of our admin people up in the office to create like a business card for me.
Yeah.
So my title here at Skechers is like the showroom coordinator.
That's right.
But then I asked him to put in, something else, logistics coordinator. Just so that if they were to pull me over, like, oh, here's my card. I am a logistics coordinator. I am essential.
Why don't you just make a card? I'm gonna make you a card that says Ernie's BFF, host of the
Excuse me,
BFFisodes podcast.
excuse me, sir. What are you doing out of your region and out of your house?
Shouldn't you be
Sir,
in
let me give
Waterdown?
you this card. Before you say another word, sir, let me just give you this card. It will explain it.
Imagine the couple.
Ernie's BFF. Oh yes.
Imagine
On
the
your
cop.
way, sir.
The cop pulls you over and he's like, "Oh my god, the Kevin Various. Oh my god, how is your son Wyatt? I'm a big fan of the podcast. How come you guys didn't have an episode last week? What's happening?"
Well, officer, sometimes internet goes down. You know how it is. I do.
He starts
On
giving
your
all
way.
these.
On your
He starts doing all these callbacks. It's like, oh my god, north of Brooklyn pizza. It's amazing.
I hate that pizza.
Oh man, where's Ernie's nephew? Where's Zach?
Where's the Zach attack?
Where's the Zach attack?
Where is? Oh no, you're in your Toronto home, are you?
I'm downtown right now. Yes, downtown.
Yeah,
Because
those of you who don't know, Ernie owns multiple properties.
dual properties. Yes,
Granted.
that's why I'm in Mississauga, and then like if I get pulled over, my driver's license says Toronto, and they're like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
In Peel.
Oh, you can always just say like, I'm dropping. Like I live by myself, because you're allowed to do that.
Oh, okay.
If you're single, you can join one household.
Oh, okay. But I don't know.
I know.
I don't know the rules. But anyways, as I was saying, my nephew Zach, he was on the last episode with us, and if you guys watched the video on YouTube, he had a ball. He loved it so much so that I showed him the video. I showed him the video of how he was causing havoc on the podcast, running around back in the background, causing trouble. He had a fork out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. I don't know where that fork came from. I never saw that fork ever. So he brought this fork, and so when I showed him the video, he was so happy. He was like, because I put it I put on the Chromecast, so I put on the TV, and he was so excited to see himself on the TV that he wanted to go back downstairs to where we filmed in my basement apartment there, and he was telling me, go to work. He said, go to work, and then he sat on the couch. I'm like, what are you talking about?
He did a mock podcast.
He wanted me to record again the next day, and he was just gonna wreak havoc. So I was like, it's too much.
He's so cute though.
Oh yeah. I'm
should have guests like that more often.
More run-ins. More WrestleMania run-ins. Yes, cameos. Some cameos. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I just came back because I was doing those. Because I didn't know if we're recording today. Because you didn't call. I called you 3 times. But then you called at 4. But I was like out because I'm like, if we're not gonna record, I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna do my 10,000 steps. It's a nice day. Nice day out here in Toronto. Yeah, actually, because here's the thing. I actually, I just went out I had to go to the bank. I had to go to the bank, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the bank, get a coffee, come back, watch some YouTube or whatever. But then it was so nice out. I was like, wait a minute. I'm just gonna walk around since I don't have to be back. I don't have to be back like the whole day. I have nothing to do today. I'm just gonna walk around like CNE Lakeshore. And then finally you called, and you're like, oh, we can record in an hour. I'm like, yeah. I was not close. I was pretty far.
Did you walk fast to go back home?
Not really. I was too tired. I was too tired to like run or anything. I'm like, okay, no breaks, nothing. I'm just gonna go straight home. But yeah, no, I was pretty close by actually. I was by like Liberty Village.
Okay, well, it's kind of a walk. That's still kind of a walk.
Yeah, but this whole time, because like I haven't walked this far or this long since like before winter, maybe November.
Mhm.
You know, because I'm like, oh my god, I haven't walked by like the lakeshore part, whatever, what like the Ontario place. I'm like, oh my god, I
Yeah, yeah,
haven't.
yeah.
Yeah, so nice out. And then I'm like, oh, I haven't walked this distance in so long. But the thing is, the last time I walked that part, I was vaping,
Oh, so you had okay.
right? So when you'd vape or like when you smoke, you take all these breaks, you sit down,
Yeah,
take a few drags, you know,
be on your way.
admire admire the scenery, and then be on your way. But this time, it was like a straight walk. So it was like maybe like an
Mhm.
hour and a half, or I don't know what time is it. Yeah, maybe like an hour and a half. And so it was like no breaks. And then I finally got home, and then I was like, oh, Kev wants to record in 15 minutes from now.
You could have told me.
So I just lied down on the bed. And I was like, I can't move. I'm so drained. I'm so drained. And I had to take a shower. And then now I'm here.
You could have told me we wanted to start a little bit later.
No. We haven't recorded in 2 weeks.
Well, how many steps did you get in?
Let me check my Fitbit here. It says 12,000 steps.
Good for you, Ernst. Good for you. But we were talking about this a few podcasts ago, but the 10,000 thing, it's actually just like I think it's a myth. Well, from what I've read, it's a myth. In like the early 60s, I think this Japanese company was starting up they were selling pedometers,
Pedometers?
and they chose 10,000 because the Japanese character for 10,000 apparently looks kind of like a man who's walking.
Okay.
So there's no scientific fact about like, you have to, the minimum requirement should be 10,000 a day, because what they were saying was that some people can't do 10,000. So what they were basically saying is that uh, if you do 2,000 more than you already do, that's fine. There's definitely benefits to doing 10,000,
Yeah.
but it's not like if you don't do 10,000, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Oh, okay.
But
Interesting.
the 10,000 thing, I don't know, that just went from decades and decades of just from this one company, I guess, from what I understand.
Yeah, you know what? I remember you told me that a few weeks ago. So on my Fitbit, I put the because I don't know if you know, like when you have a Fitbit and you put like 10,000 steps as the mark, right? The like your goal.
Yeah.
Once you hit 10,000, it starts vibrating, and there's like fireworks. You know, there's graphics. I'm like, whoa, 10,000, yeah. So I changed it. I'm like, you're right. You know what? 10,000 is a lot, especially like a couple weeks ago. It was like still cold
Yeah.
here, so I was like, yeah, it's kind of tough to do 10,000. So I put 5,000. I put 5,000, and then I did my walking. It was easy, 5,000, right? It's like half hour, whatever. And then you get the vibrating, you get the fireworks. Didn't feel the same, Kev.
Didn't feel the same.
Didn't feel the same.
Like I said, there's nothing bad about walking 10,000 steps. If you can do 10,000, I think it was more so like people who couldn't do 10,000 kind of felt like, oh shit, well, I guess I'm screwed. They're basically saying, whatever you're doing now, if you do 2,000 more than whatever you do now, you're fine. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
10,000 is your thing, 10,000 is your thing. It's just not a scientific fact that like, oh, it's going to help you live longer. Just any sort of exercise, I guess, is going to do good for you.
Yeah, I had to get back out there because I I was getting addicted to candy,
Mm.
as I was telling you off air. And yeah, now because like before I would whenever I drive anywhere, I would need like candy, some kind of addiction. Like sugar is addictive, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty it's pretty addictive. I'm hooked on sugar.
Yeah. So now I'm like trying to wean myself
I'm
off.
hooked.
You're hooked on sugar too?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like what? Like what do you eat?
Well, it's more like
Donuts,
the chocolates. Chocolates.
chocolates. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, chocolates.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
you know
trying
at
to.
Halloween those little mini variety packs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I could eat like a ton of those.
Yeah, my thing is more like the jelly,
Mm.
like the fuzzy peaches, cherry blasters kind of thing. You know. And what I find is, I think this is like a Filipino thing because my parents do this all the time. So I got this from them. So like every day I get coffee, right? But then with my parents, they'll need something sweet with the coffee,
Oh, like a donut.
like a donut or like some kind of pastry, you know. So I've been doing that, and I'm like, okay, this is not good. I've been eating that like every day, and the candy, and I'm only getting 5,000 steps. It's like I gotta step it up, man. That's too much. But hopefully now that the weather is back to spring like weather, warmer weather, get back out there.
Should be. It should be better.
Yeah, I feel like I'm growing up now. I feel like I feel like I'm 28. I feel like the past 10 years have been a blur. And I'm like, what have I done?
I know. I know. If there's anything I would probably do if I could just do something over in life, would be like listening to like when my mom would be like, "Hey, you got to make sure you save your money." Because back then we were all hanging out and going out every day, every weekend. Like
We
we
didn't
just
care.
spent money like
We
it
didn't
was.
care what
Yeah,
saving.
you get paid on the Friday. By Monday,
It was
you're
gone.
basically scrounging your pennies because you got to figure out how to stretch $100 over the next 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Remember we were like we'd have like $20 left or something for the week, and we're like, oh, we can buy
Yeah,
food or we can buy cigarettes.
yeah, and we bought cigarettes.
You bought cigarettes?
We bought cigarettes because that will definitely last longer than the food. If there's anything that I would want to instill upon Frankie and Wyatt is that whatever Daddy did, just do the exact fucking opposite. And when it comes to like money and stuff like that, it is great in the moment because we had such great times back then when we would just go to the bar and buy 19 shots of tequila for
Yes.
everybody and people that we don't know. Um, but yeah, I mean, later on, you'll feel it. You'll feel
No,
it.
Kevin, it's all about buying memories,
There you go.
not not things. Is that the thing? Is that the inspirational quote?
Yeah, buy memories, not material things or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I saw that on a
Well,
wall.
then, if that is the case, then I think we paid our dues in terms of memories.
Yes, we have all these memories. We had our fun. We learned our lessons, and now we are reaping the benefits. We are teaching the future generations on how to learn from our mistakes. That's what it's all about.
But you think even if like, there's people that are like, oh, they should teach these things in school or like just real life things. You think though, even the way that we were back in high school, if they had real life lessons as a course, that we probably take that seriously? Probably not, right?
Probably not. No,
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
it's more of our parents. Our parents that I think our parents are the most influential people.
Yeah, which is crazy because I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know where I got this whole willy-nilly thing about, let's just have fun, live in the now.
Live in the now. But yeah. But you know what? We didn't even do the intro. But
Oh my gosh, how many minutes are we in?
no, it's too late. It's too late. So we just do our outro.
Are you gonna be able to cut this? Can you cut it and then
Um,
put it in the beginning?
No, you know what? I like how I edit now. I don't really edit as much now. I just leave it, and I like it. It's very raw. We
We
sidetrack
need
too
2-hour
much.
podcasters. We need a 2-hour podcast.
No, it's too much. It's a lot of editing. I like this. Well,
We
you know
should
what?
just- Let's go live. Let's just do it live.
Let's do just do Facebook Lives. No editing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I like it. You know?
Easy peasy.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's good for this week. So welcome and goodbye to all you guys listening. Thank you for listening to BFFisode number 19.
19, baby.
This is number 19. So thank you for listening as always. And you can find us on the internet. Me at Ernie Vicente. And Kevin.
Me at Kevarius, KEVVARIAS on Instagram.
Yeah, so Ben, please follow along on the Spotify and the iTunes and stuff like that. So we'll see you guys again next week.
Toodles.